Hello everyone, welcome to WilkesNow. My name is Joshua Garced and I will be informing all you lovely folks of some news happening on our Wilkes campus.
Welcome to National News. My name is Michelle Jaramillo. I will talk about recent happenings in the world.
I'm Sam Mullen. I'll be providing you with this week's scores and statistics.
And I'm Zach Paraway. I'll be giving you all the latest in national sports.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Papke, and today I'll be giving you a look at this week's weather forecast.
To start the campus news segment off, I just want to say that I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I haven't talked to all of you in a while. I'm basically just saying I've missed being in front of this camera and saying corny lines that I purposely wrote to say to y'all. Lines that you will soon hear and woefully dread. Alright, now it is time for me to dive into some campus news. Starting with campus fundraisers, Wilkes' Executive Corps is in collaboration with the Commission on Economic Opportunity in the name of Food Insecurity. All profits will be donated to the CEO for the improvement of equipment and voluntary events. Wilkes' Executive Corps will be selling Wilkes phone mounts to promote safe driving habits and school spirit. Each phone mount is $15. If you are not interested in buying a Wilkes phone mount, you can instead enter a raffle by donating $1 for a chance to win a phone mount, a Wilkes logo water bottle, and a Wilkes lanyard. You can find the product on the website secure.touchnet.com or in the sub on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. All sales end on April 1st. The next fundraiser to mention is the Chemistry Club Easter Egg Fundraiser. Easter eggs can be purchased by the club, and the beloved officers of the Chemistry Club will handle the tedious process of filling them. The night before Easter, March 30th, the Chemistry Club will deliver the eggs and play Easter Bunny, hiding them around your yard. If you live further than 15 miles away, still feel free to purchase the eggs from them or offer a donation. Any allergies or preferences can be noted within the purchase, and any further questions can be directed to Jake Middleton or Molly Corbett. The link to the store can be found on Today at Wilkes and will close at the end of the day on March 27th. Switching gears to what is going on in Carambelis, Megan Davis and Sydney Alabaugh visited the Sordoni Art Gallery to check out the new exhibit and talk to a familiar face. Let us see what Megan had to say.
Hi, this is Megan Davis, and I'm outside Sordoni Art Gallery checking out the new exhibit, Ubukle Women, Beadwork and the Art of Independence. So can you tell us a little bit about the current exhibition?
Yeah, absolutely. So the current exhibition that we have in the gallery is called the Ubukle Women, Beadwork and the Art of Independence, and it features works from 6 artists who are from South Africa. This group of women, which go by Ubukle, which means beauty, they support themselves through their beadwork. So everything in the gallery is all hand stitched, hand beaded. The ngwandos, which is what these forms of artwork are called, they can take anywhere between 10 months up to over a year to complete.
So are there any specific pieces in here that stick out to you?
Yes, so in the back of the gallery, you'll see the African crucifixion, which is a huge 14 by 23 feet collection of Nwando's canvases. It's absolutely stunning. Every piece in the show is really, really beautiful. There are a lot of great cows. The women, they own a farm together, so they've been inspired by the land that they're on.
And what are some of the planned events that you have for this exhibition?
We have so many great events planned. So next week, Bev Gibson, who is the co-curator and co-founder of the Ubukle Women, will be coming to visit, and we have a ton of events. So we will have a Art in Your Hands and lunch workshop in partnership with the Office of Global Engagement on Thursday the 21st from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then we'll have our Cocktails and Culture event, which is an event we have with Diamond City Partnership. We'll have African-themed cuisine, a specialty cocktail, and Bev will be giving a tour of the gallery. Friday, we have some community people coming in to have private tours. Saturday, we have a Art in Your Hands family workshop, so parents can bring their children and they can make a piece of beaded art together. Sunday, we will be having our first ever brunch at the gallery. So we'll be having a Ubukle brunch starting at 11 a.m. And then Monday evening, we will have a Art in Context Women History Month lecture that Bev will be talking about the women, how UBUCLE formed, all of the struggles that they've overcome, and the things that they are constantly facing. All of those things are free to the public except for Cocktails and Culture. That is a ticketed event, and you can email me at melissa.carestia@wilkes.edu to sign up for those events. And we'll be having special Monday hours. So typically we're closed on Mondays. We'll be open from noon to 5 p.m. For the lecture.
Okay, thank you. All right, this has been Megan Davis at Sidorni Art Gallery. Now let's send it back to the studio.
Thanks, Megan. As said in the package, a women's history lecture will be led by Bev Gibson, one of the co-founders of the exhibition, on Monday, March 25th in the Art Gallery. The lecture is presented with partnership by the Council of Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity. Bev Gibson will discuss traditional techniques and how they are now perceived compared to how they were recognized 10 years ago. If you or someone you know may be interested, make sure to stop by the Sidorni Art Gallery at 4:45 p.m. to listen to the informational and influential lecture. More events will be held, so make sure to check out today at Wilkes to see what other events are occurring with the new exhibit. On the subject of Karen Bellis, please note that the parking lot will be reserved for an event on March 21st, so plan accordingly. For this week's Person on the Street, instead of being outside Starbucks like the last person on the street, Yadimin Castillo and I were now inside Starbucks asking students about their celebrity crushes since the Oscars recently occurred. Let us see what I was able to uncover.
How's it going, y'all? My name is Joshua Garcet, and this week's Person on the Street. I'll be asking students, faculty, and staff about the Oscars, as well as what their celebrity crushes and what they would ask or do if they're right in front of them. Let's see how it goes. I'm here with
Gianna Good.
And
Rebecca Russell.
so the Oscars just happened. Who are your guys' celebrity crushes?
At the moment, I would have to say Glenn Powell.
Okay.
I would say Chris Evans.
Okay. And what would you say or do if they were right in front of you?
I feel like I would try to act cool because I feel like a lot of girls go crazy over them, so I think I would just try to play it cool.
Yeah, I would definitely just try to play it cool.
All right, thank you guys so much. I'm here with
Tilly Wierdsma.
So the Oscars were on March 10th. Who's your celebrity crush?
I don't know. I'd probably go with Dylan O'Brien or Tom Holland since that was like my whole childhood.
And what would you say or do if they were right in front of you?
I don't know. Freak out. Ask for their autograph, probably.
All right, that's fair. All right, thank you so much, Tilly.
Thank you.
I'm here with
Anthony Kazoon.
So the Oscars just happened on March 10th. And speaking of Oscars, who's your celebrity crush, Anthony?
That's a tough one. Probably like Haley Steinfeld or something.
Okay. And what would you do if Haley Steinfeld was right in front of you? What would you say or do?
I'd probably like freeze up, but like I'd be like, "Oh, what are you working on now? I love your stuff," or whatever.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
You're welcome.
All right. So I know this framing might look similar to the last episode, but I mean it just looked perfect. This has been this week's Person on the Street, and I'm sending it back to the studio.
Thanks, Josh. If you're curious about who my celebrity crush is, I would have to say Jennifer Aniston and Jenna Ortega. Now saying it out loud, I may just like the name Jen. Staying on the topic of movies, the Spanish Club and Ultimate Frisbee team are teaming up to host a movie night on Tuesday, March 26th at 6:30 p.m. in Bryce's 107. The movie that will be showcased is Barbie, so make sure to practice singing I'm Just Ken in your bathroom mirror so you can sing along or out loud on March 26th. Food and drinks will be provided. The time has come. Well, it started once the new year started, but you'll get what I mean. I'm talking about completing your FAFSA application. The 2024-2025 FAFSA application is available for those planning to be in college in the upcoming semester, so make sure to fill those out when you get the chance. Calling all first-year students. Those who have a 3.5 GPA or higher are invited to apply to the honors program at Wilkes, with benefits such as studying abroad, internships and research, early registration before anyone else including seniors, special access to speakers and field trips, and many more. Applications close April 15th, so if you are interested in being an honor student, make sure to fill out those applications with a link to them on Today at Wilkes. The last thing I want to touch on before we take a quick PSA break is Commuter Council's game night last Friday, March 15th in the JPEC. Students competed in a Mario Kart competition with first place winning an Xbox, second place winning an Atari Lego set, and third place winning a snack basket. Student Robert Thomas finished in first place, Drew Fielder in second place, and Nathaniel Wraith in third place. Congratulations to the winners. Let's take a quick break with a PSA. When we return, Michelle will give you the latest national news.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Welcome back to WilkesNow and to the spring season. My name is Michelle Jaramillo. I will discuss the national news. A pair of 19-year-old twin sisters were stabbed in a Brooklyn warehouse Sunday morning. Samaya Spain and her sister were with a group of friends and family inside Slope Natural Plus on 4th Avenue in New York when the attacker, who tried to flirt with her and upon receiving rejection, stabbed the young woman. Samaya was stabbed in the chest and was later pronounced dead at New York Brooklyn Hospital, while her sister is in stable condition. Her loved ones gathered outside the teen's apartment building just hours after the fatal attack to set up a makeshift memorial with flowers, teddy bears, and candles. A man fell in the train tracks in New York. Thanks to the quick police action, the man was rescued since he hit his head as a result of the fall and couldn't get up on his own. The officer said, no matter the task, New York is the best, always there to serve all New Yorkers throughout the city, when posting the video in the maneuver on social media. Polio Paul, the man who lived more than 70 years thanks to an iron lung, died the last week in Texas. Alexander, of 78 years old, has been confined to being tethered to the basement gym that oxygenated him since he contracted polio, one of the most famous deadly diseases of the last century. His infection had occurred 7 decades ago when he was only 6 years old. The used ventilator, known as iron lung, was invented in the 1920s in the United States, when hospitals were filled up with patients who fell amid the worst outbreak and devastated the country, and continued until the middle of the past century. A fire destroyed the mansion of the famous model Cara Delevingne in California. The luxury 2-story residence was reduced to ashes by the raging fire. The British model was not in her home when the incidents occurred. On the other hand, her 2 cats were in the mansion, but they survived the flames. The fire department reported that it took over 2 hours to put the fires in model's mansion. Neve Campbell is back. The star announced on Instagram that she will return to the Scream franchise. I am so excited and proud to say that I was asked in the most respectful ways to bring Sidney Prescott back to the screen, and I could be more excited, the actress said. To the fantastic Scream fans, she will star in Scream 7 after sitting out to the previous film due to a salary dispute. And last but not least, Kung Fu Panda 4 remained in the first place at the box office in U.S. theaters in the second weekend of release. The film from Universal and DreamWorks Animation earned $30 million in ticket sales, according to the studio estimates Sunday. The franchise has generated more than $1.9 billion in the box office since its launch in 2008 and spawned several animated series, shorts, videos, and video games and Christmas special. That is all I have for national news. Let's take a quick break, and when we return, Sal will give you your Sport Now update.
parenting your teen, it might be time to take a new approach. Visit boystown.org/parenting. We've got parenting guides, articles, videos, quick tips, and even live parent talks with Boys Town experts. Boys Town, take your parenting skills to new heights.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is CHIP. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Hi, I'm Sam Mullen, and this is Sports Now. This past week, the men's lacrosse team faced Alvernia University on Wednesday, March 13th, where the Colonels won at home 9-7. Freshman Austin Sosnovic scored 3 goals during the game, including the game winner. On Saturday, March 16th, the team traveled to Maryland to face Hood College. Despite a tough fight, the Colonels sadly lost 12-8. On Wednesday, the team will host crosstown rival King's College at 7 p.m. On Saturday, the team will travel to Moravian University with a start time of 1 p.m. The baseball team had a packed week with 4 games this past week. On Wednesday, the Colonels faced Elmira College, winning 13-9. On Saturday, they hosted a doubleheader against Junior University, where the team won 11-5 in the first game, but in the second lost 3-0. They played Drew again on Sunday, where the Colonels won 10-7. The team will attend the University of Scranton today and play at 4:30 p.m. On Saturday, the Colonels will host a doubleheader against Moravian University, with the first starting at 12 and the second starting at 3. They will play them again on Sunday at 12 p.m. The softball team faced a doubleheader on Saturday against Penn State Berks. Sadly, the team lost both games, with the first being 4-3 and the second being 3-2. On Friday, the Colonels will host a doubleheader against Lancaster Bible College, with the first being at 4 p.m. and the second being at 6 p.m. On Saturday, the team will travel and face a doubleheader against Moravian University. The first game is at 1 p.m. and the second game is at 3 p.m. Finally, on Sunday, they will host a doubleheader against Misericordia University. The first game will be at 1 p.m. and the second will be at 3 p.m. The women's lacrosse team only had 1 game this past week, facing crosstown rival King's College. It was a back-and-forth game, but with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, yours truly was able to tie the game. With just 26 seconds left, senior Malia Cobham helped the Colonels take the lead and secure the 12-11 win. Cobham had 4 goals during the game. Graduate student Ava Ward had 3, senior Brian Fulling had 2, junior Sam Mullen had 2, and 5th-year Brooklyn Badana had 1. The team will play home against Moravian University on Saturday at 1 p.m. That's everything we have for Sports Now. Now over to Stephen, who is able to sit down and talk with women's basketball head coach Al Berger.
Thank you. Joining me today is Wilkes University's current head coach of the women's basketball team, Al Berger. Coach, thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure.
All right, so just first question, how long have you been at Wilkes? I know it hasn't been too long, and where were you coaching prior to coming here?
I've been at Wilkes since May 1st, so coming up on 10 months now. Previously, I was at Keystone College for a couple years, just up the road, and then my previous experience before that was all in Massachusetts. I've been coaching at the college level since 2011, and prior to Keystone, all of my experience was in Massachusetts.
Has it been much different in Pennsylvania and Massachusetts, or?
A little bit. Some of the road trips are a little bit farther, but that's about it.
What length you say?
I'd say commonly in Massachusetts, our road trips were like on the long end, an hour and a half to 2 hours, and that's more of like our common road trips now here at Wilkes.
Yeah, especially with that move to the Landmark Conference, I feel like a lot of our opponents got further away with it being stationed in Townsend. But, you know, with that decision moving from Massachusetts to Pennsylvania, why did you decide to come to Wilkes?
I think, you know, as a coach and as a competitive person, really, you know, my focus has always been to try to keep advancing, and you know, the level of play at Wilkes and the conference change to the Landmark Conference were definitely motivating factors for me, for sure.
And that was the switch from Keystone to Wilkes. Correct?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then going from Keystone to Wilkes, it would have been a move from the CSAC conference to the MAC, and then Wilkes had made the move from the MAC to the Landmark. So additional changes you know, at the school before I was here, and then like as I was coming in, essentially.
How different is the competition from the CSAC to the Landmark?
It's a pretty significant change. You know, every team can get you in the landmark, and those top 3 teams you have to play basically perfect to get them. Top 4 teams really this year. So it's a highly competitive league and something that I'm really excited about trying to grow our program in.
Awesome. I'm excited to see how the program goes. I'm sure the entire school is. How do you think your debut season in the landmark went?
I think it was a success. There's different ways that we're trying to reach different goals over the course of our season, and a big part of our season and our goals this year was to make our playoffs, and we fell just short of that. But we competed really well and showed really well, I think, against the majority of the league. We played some really close games against some of those top teams, which was exciting, and then we beat some of the middle of the pack teams, and we were able to finish our season strong with a win on senior day. So definitely happy with how our first season went and trying to grow our chemistry and our program and our culture the way that we want them. And then, the results, I think, will come down the road as we continue to build.
How important were the seniors for this sort of end-of-the-year push?
Seniors were hugely important for us this year, both from on-court production, where 3 of them were starters and major contributors, but really all 4 of them were really important to the fabric of our group and the way that we kind of bonded as a team. On court, 3 of them gave us really great production offensively, but really defensively made their mark in the conference. We had, one of the leading shot blockers in the nation, and then 2 of the best on-ball defenders in the league, I thought, this year with Brenna Babcock and Julia Marino. So definitely really good, solid contributions from all 4, though.
Yeah, looking forward, though, into, the 2024-2025 season, we're losing a couple of those seniors. What are your expectations, and who do you expect to step up in the team?
I expect to see growth. We're bringing in a pretty good amount of offensive talent to help the group next year. We're also returning, some key contributors, including Jami Matos, who was just named second team All Landmark. So I feel good about where we are as a program, and I think the infusion of talent that we have coming in will go a long way towards propelling us to where we want to be as a program. And really for us next year, that's being a playoff team and trying to knock off one of those top teams at least once, and hopefully make our mark in the playoffs.
Could you talk a little bit about those new offensive recruits you're getting in?
Sure, yeah. We're adding, really like the focus for us this year in recruiting was just adding some skill and adding some shooting. So it wasn't really necessarily a positional need, but we brought in recruits from across the board in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, who can contribute at the point guard spot, at the forward spot, at the wing spot. So lots of versatility and really strong players coming in to give us a boost next year.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be an exciting season next year.
Yeah, it should be. I'm definitely excited. I think the team's excited, and we're kind of just psyched to see where it all goes.
Absolutely. So just to kind of wrap things up, I know you're new here at Wilkes, but so far, what's been your favorite memory?
I think we made a lot of really great memories this year. Starting out 4-0 with wins against Kings and Gwynedd Mercy and Marywood and Penn State Altoona. That was really great for us, obviously, to get off on a good start. But really, the senior day win was, for me, like a high point. We had known that we had fallen short of our goal of making the playoffs, but still came together and had a really nice senior day, celebrated our seniors. Everyone who played scored. And it was really kind of a fun culmination to the year to kind of celebrate each other.
But it felt good to kind of one-up the men's team on senior day, too, with that win?
I don't know that there was really any one-upping. They had a great year, obviously, and, them
Absolutely.
Making the playoffs was huge for them. And, I definitely don't look at it as a one-up for sure, but it was nice to come out on top, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much again for joining me, Coach. I really appreciate it. Let's send it back to Sports Now.
Thank you, Stephen. Let's take a quick break. When we return, Zach will give you your national sports update.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
I was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Welcome back. My name is Zach Paraway, and I'll be providing the latest news in the national sports world. With March comes the NCAA basketball tournament for both men and women. All 68 teams for both were announced this past Sunday. UConn took a Big East tournament title to the #1 overall seed in the men's bracket, while South Carolina has yet to lose a game, sitting at 32-0 and the #1 overall seed on the women's side. The madness starts tonight with men as Wagner takes on Howard and Colorado State will play against Virginia. The women will kick off tomorrow with Sacred Heart playing Presbyterian and Vanderbilt going against Columbia. If you want to make a bracket yourself and follow along with the Wilkes community, join 90.7 WCLH's Bracket Challenge as ran by the Letterman. With basketball ending comes the beginning of baseball season. The college baseball season has been well underway, so it's a surprise so far to see many top teams still expected to hold on. Powerhouses such as Arkansas, LSU, Florida, and Vanderbilt still hold spots in the latest top 10 polls. Texas A&M remains the only undefeated so far with a 16-0 record. The college baseball season also brings the college softball season, and Oklahoma continues to show its dominance over the world of softball. Coming off of an historic 61-1 season, they currently sit at 27-1 and the #1 seed in the nation. LSU was hot on their trail as the only undefeated this week, but will fall in the next rankings as they lost 2 this week to Ole Miss. Finally, the professional sport is starting up this week. MLB is about to open its doors for another season of baseball. March 28th will mark the opening day for all 30 ball clubs, so let's check out on the teams closest to us. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Rail Riders parent team, the Yankees, will open their season on the road in Houston to play the Astros. The Phillies are home in their home opener as they will face the division rival Braves. The Pirates will open in Miami against the Marlins. And finally, the Orioles will be home for their opener against the Angels, a game I will be happily attending. This is all I have with you for national sports. My name is Zach Paraway, and now to Sean Papke with a weather update.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hello everyone, I'm Sean Papke, and let's get right into the weather this week. So looking outside, never mind. So currently outside actually, it's 36 degrees, cloudy, not as warm as it was last week. Again, we're going to see cloudy skies with a small chance of snow showers in the afternoon. There will be some strong winds today, which will make the day feel colder. The sunrise was at 7:09, the sunset will be at 7:15. Again, humidity 38 to 68%, with winds southwest 8 to 11 miles per hour. We're going to see a high of 43 today and a low of 34 and 20% chance of rain and precipitation. So again, Tuesday, cloudy with a high of 43 and a low of 34. Wednesday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 48 and a low of 25. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 40 and a low of 24. Friday, we actually have a chance to see mixed rain and snow showers come into the area with a high of 45 and a low of 35. Saturday, partly cloudy with a high of 48 and low of 28. Sunday, looking pretty similar, partly cloudy with a high of 48, a low of 28. Monday, cloudy with a high of 53 and a low of 33. So looking ahead at the rain we'll see this week, we're going to see some scattered snow showers come out through the week. And then later on into Friday, once it loops back around, we'll see that rain, that mixed rain and snow come right up through the area. Friday night into early Saturday morning, I don't expect any, major problems with the storm. Moving on with the temperature graphs, we're going to see pretty consistent temperatures throughout the week. We're going to see it dip into that blue freezing range a couple times throughout the week, but nothing too drastic on either side. Again, finally looking ahead, cloudy, colder week with consistent temperatures ahead. There's going to be a slight chance of scattered snowstorms throughout the week, so I would keep an eye on that. But the main event to focus on throughout the week is to watch how that storm Friday night develops. That's all I've got for this week. Back to Josh in the studio.
Thanks, Sean. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every other Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at noon. Also, check out our YouTube channel for the latest episodes of the show and more. In case you missed it, our broadcast re-airs every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. From all of us here at Wilkes, have a great day and a great rest of your week.